Acts 22. Paul was in trouble with the Jews again. They had recognized him in the temple in Jerusalem and thought he had brought his Greek friends in with him. A riot quickly began, and the garrison soldiers had to rescue him. The commander can't understand what all the fuss is about and intends to bring Paul into the barracks to examine him. Paul then addresses the commander in Greek, who realizes at once that Paul isn't a common criminal and gives him leave to talk to the crowd. He begins his address in Hebrew and the crowd falls silent. Paul tells of the success of his early life. He had been brought up in Tarsus, a Roman city in southern Turkey, about 10 kilometers from the Mediterranean, famous as the place where Mark Antony and the Egyptian queen Cleopatra met. As a young man, he had studied in Jerusalem under one of the most famous rabbis called Gamaliel. He talks to the crowd about his early life, persecuting the new church and approving of the martyr Stephen's death, until on the way to Damascus at midday to continue his persecution, he is blinded by a light from heaven brighter than the noonday sun. He is led into the city and waits for a disciple named Ananias, clearly sent by God, to put his hands on him and commission him. Paul tells of his difficulty in convincing the believers in Jerusalem of the reality of his conversion, and claims that he had heard Jesus himself giving him a commission to take the gospel to the Gentiles. This is too much for the crowd, who demand that Paul be executed. The commander is still baffled as to why the Jews want him dead, and he orders Paul to be examined by scourging. Paul asks the soldier who is tying him up if it is lawful to beat a Roman who has not been condemned. The soldier is startled and reports to his commander, who asks Paul, "Are you a Roman?" To which he replies that he is. The commander tells him that it cost him a lot of money to become a Roman citizen. Paul adds, "But I was born a citizen."